is go ahead and jump right into the information that we got to share with you here this evening, and really get into why money matters and why you should be excited about this company called Novae. See, it's a major problem right now in our country that millions of people are actually struggling financially. Listen, I don't know if this is you or not, but the bottom line is there are millions of people dealing with a few of these things I'm going to talk about, and I truthfully believe by just spending a few minutes with me here this evening, you're going to not only be able to find potentially a solution for you, but potentially a solution for millions of other people. Well, what are we talking about? About 30% of America right now don't have a household budget, according to debt.com. And that's leading to further problems. According to credit.com, the average personal debt of an American is about $10,000. And we're not just talking, we're not adding into that school loans. We're not adding into their mortgage. We're talking about the personal credit card debt of the average American is over $10,000. 2.5 million people seek debt counseling to avoid bankruptcy last year. 30% of millennials are overdrawing on their checking accounts, and 50% of people in our country right now don't have $2,000 in their savings account. So obviously that's a major problem. If you get into a situation, well, maybe let's say you lose your job. I don't know if you experienced that before or not, but if you have, and knowing how the job market is today, it may be a challenge for you to find a competitive job right away. It may be a situation, where if you have a business, business, sometimes it could be up, everything's great, and sometimes business can be a little down. And if half of the people in our country don't have $2,000 stashed away for a rainy day or in the event of an emergency, obviously, again, that's a major problem. 43 million people in our country right now have less than a 600 credit score. That means they're at 599 or lower. So that's putting them in a disadvantageous situation. And more than 25% of our country right now have literally no savings. And about 49% have no retirement. Now, I don't know about you, but if you're currently working right now and you have a career, it's a blessing. Some people say, well, I hate my job. I always tell people you got to be thankful for where you are while you're in pursuit of everything you want. Where you are doesn't define who you are, but the bottom line is be grateful for where you are and just look for opportunities so you can have better. But there are people out there right now who literally have a job and have no retirement, and they plan on working until they die. Now, I don't know about you, but I truthfully believe that there's more to life than just getting up, going to work, and doing it over and over again, and eventually just dying. What if you had an opportunity to be able to work for a while where you're working for money, but eventually get to a point where your money starts working for you? See, that's what the upper middle class does. That's what the upper class does. That's how the rich get richer. And what we want to do is put you in a position where you can have some of those same things happening for you too. And we're going to talk a little bit about that here tonight. See, the reason why most people are in these situations that I just talked about, they're behind not only on their bills, but they're also behind on their dreams, okay? The reason why is most people don't have any motivation or inspiration to keep going. See, if most of the people around you are where you are in life financially or worse, typically they don't have any good advice to help you get ahead. So if the majority of America is in this situation, doesn't it make sense that that's the reason why the majority of America can't get out of the situation? Because everyone they're around are pretty much in the same boat they are. There's a lack of financial education. See, if you grew up in a home where, you came from very humble beginnings like myself, and I'll tell my story here shortly, but I came from very humble beginnings. And the reason why we didn't have much money is because my mother's parents didn't have much money, and because their parents didn't have much money, and because their parents didn't have much money. Now, understand, they were great people. God-fearing, hard-working. But the bottom line is they didn't have the financial education to teach me or to teach their other generations to start building wealth. So if you want to change your situation, you got to get some information to be able to help you do that. And also, there's no new avenues to change. So you have some people who are positive. You have some people who are ambitious. You have some people, who are looking for information to change their life. But if you don't have any opportunities, if you don't have any new avenues to change, then more than likely you're probably not going to change. And of course, last but not least, most people stay where they are because they don't have a supportive environment. You know, we talked about not having that motivation and inspiration. We talked about being around people who are where you are or worse. See, if you want to grow, you not only need to support the people that want to see you do well, but you need to support the people who are already doing well. How about that? You know, how can you look around and find 5 people who are doing better than you and want you to do better? And if you can't, then that's why you need to be able to hook up with an organization like us and what we're doing, because we're helping people change and transform their lives all across the country. This is what we call our innovative solution, and is Novae. Novae actually means newness or new beginnings. Okay, and that's what we're seeking for people who want to get affiliated with our organization. We inspire people to get more out of life. We educate them on ways to go about it, and we provide opportunities to make it happen. I want you to think about it right now. If you were in debt, how would you like to get out of debt? How would you like to increase your credit score or earn more money? You know, you may be a person that's already making good money. You may be a person that already has great credit, but let me ask you a question. How about your time? See, what if you could be free? I know many people that I may play golf with, you know, many people I may meet on the airplane, you know, when I'm flying somewhere, you know, my family, we may be on vacation. And there are a lot of people, you know, who make great incomes, who drive nice cars, who live in nice homes, but they really don't get a chance to enjoy it because they have no time. See, it's different if you're grinding towards something. If you're an entrepreneur and you know you got to work the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years hard each and every day, day in, day out, because you know the end result is going to be freedom. You know, you can get to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it after you grind that 3, 4, or 5 years. But the reality is most people who have a job, I don't care if they make $30,000 per month, per year, or if they make $30,000 per month in their job or career, typically they have no time to enjoy it. So we're not just talking about, you know, financial freedom, but we're also talking about time freedom. And we're also talking about gaining a support system. See, that's all the things that you're going to get from Novae. And before I start getting into my story, because yes, I am the president and CEO of Novae, you know, but before I was a CEO, I started off as a little kid, just like everybody else. If you're watching me on the webinar right now, you definitely see one of the most handsome little boys you ever saw in your life, okay? And I'm pictured right here with my mother. The words on the screen says humble beginnings for the people who are joining me over the conference call. You know, but I started off in a single parent household, grew up in the projects on the south side of Atlanta. You know, my mother, she taught me a lot about life. She taught me how to, you know, keep God first. She taught me how to treat people right. She taught me how to have some strong work ethic, you know, and always taught me that if I wanted anything, I had to work really hard for it. In fact, I watched my mother work 2 and 3 jobs just so we could stay off of welfare. We never were on food stamps because she worked so hard to make sure that she showed me as long as you work hard, you can have whatever you wanted. But what I realized at a young age, that hard work didn't necessarily bring happiness. Hard work didn't necessarily bring freedom. Hard work didn't help you live the life of your dreams. And even though we started off in the projects, what I did see is hard work was able to help you change some things, because we went from living in the projects to my mother buying her first home, a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, you know, that she had built very modest size home. Very, you know, somebody would consider a small home, but it was a huge step up from the projects. You know, my mother, you know, actually stayed in that home until, God bless her soul, she passed away of cancer years ago. You know, but the point of me telling this whole story is that we started from somewhere, and just by working hard with what she knew, she was able to go to the next level. But what I was able to do is I was blessed and fortunate not only to be raised by her and have a great foundation, but I was blessed and fortunate to meet some people who were able to start teaching me about financial freedom. Some people who were able to start teaching me about business. Some people who were able to teach me some things that I never learned before. And I was able to take that foundation of working hard with some information to change my situation. And I went from this guy that grew up in the projects, that grew up in a small neighborhood, to being able to start a business by the time I was 20 years old. And, you know, and after a year making good enough money to quit my job, after 2 years making 6 figures. And by the time I was 25 years old, becoming a millionaire. Now, see, the thing that's really unique about my story, and if you're watching this webinar, you see this nice custom-built home, over 6,000 square feet, in a swim tennis community in Atlanta, Georgia. And again, this is coming from somebody who grew up in the project starting off with no entrepreneurship background. Nobody taught me about finances. I didn't understand a profit and loss statement. I didn't know what the word entrepreneur meant, right? I didn't understand how good credit was, how important credit was to me until I was exposed to some information, just like this information you're hearing tonight, and it totally transformed my life. Went from buying a few homes, getting my dream home built, to eventually being able to purchase some dream cars. If you're watching the webinar, you see this is a custom hot red Lexus, custom hot red Hummer. Since that time, been able to purchase multiple other European cars, and I'll tell a little bit more about my lifestyle later, but it's not about the lifestyle that I've gained in terms of me trying to brag or boast. What I'm here to tell you is if I could start from nowhere and get to somewhere and I'm still going, I want you to be inspired to believe that you can do the same thing too. See, because I was able to transform my life and go from somebody who was broke and somebody who was an employee to being an entrepreneur, and now being able to show other people how they could change their life as well. See, I was blessed to start Novae back in 2014. As I said, I started my entrepreneurship journey 13 years prior to that at the age of 20 years old without having any experience. Multi-million-dollar producer by my mid-20s. And a few years ago, back in 2016, I was blessed to be able to be voted in the top 10% of the direct selling CEOs in the industry of direct sales. Multi-million-dollar company right now. We're completely debt-free. We're a nationwide company. So no matter where you're listening to me from, no matter where you're looking at this PowerPoint presentation from right now in this webinar, you are able to get involved with us. Well, why do you want to get involved with us? If you know anybody who has issues with their finances, you know anybody who has a low credit score and they want to get to a point where they can stop renting and buy a home. They want to get to a point where they can stop putting deposits down for everything they want to purchase, whether it's a cell phone or whether it's an apartment they want to move into. If they want to stop paying way too much for everything that they're looking to buy, like a car. There's some people who are literally out there paying Mercedes-Benz car notes on Hyundais. Okay, there are people who are literally spending way too much money for things they shouldn't be spending on because of bad credit. That's what we do. Our whole goal is to educate and service millions to initiate lifestyle change in our communities, just like the lifestyle change that I've been able to go through and still going through, and other people who are affiliated with our great company. How are we going to do this? With a product that we like to call Novae Money. Okay. Now, Novae Money is phenomenal. There's no other product in the industry that's as comprehensive as what we offer and affordable. I'm going to get there. I know if you're listening to me right now, you will, well, how affordable, Reco? What are you talking about? So we got an online budgeting tool, the debt elimination software, a wealth guide, and something that we call complimentary credit education. Let me break this down for you real quick. Our online budgeting tool, you can actually see where your money's going and take control of it. Most people don't have control over their money. Well, you're going to be able to get help organizing and spending, right? You're going to get help of organizing your spending and also your savings accounts. Easier conversations with your significant other about money. Imagine that. See, most people have issues in their marriage or issues with their significant other because they have issues in their finances. Well, what if you're able to understand finances better? What if you're able to control your finances? Guess what? You'll have better control of your relationship. So you can learn to save effectively for unexpected and expected costs. All these things are wrapped up in an online software where you'll be able to pull in all of your bank accounts, your credit cards, all of the bills you have, your investments. You can see everything in one place to help you make better decisions when it comes to your money. Well, one of the best competitors out there, you probably heard of David Ramsey. He offers a service like this for $8.25 a month just for that tool alone. There's also a debt elimination software. Well, what if you're in debt right now, but you really don't have a true game plan? What we want to do is help you with this software. It's going to help you pay off your debts in 50 to 75% faster time. You're going to be able to, again, view all your accounts in one place, get a specific personalized game plan for your situation, because the goal is to become debt-free. And watch this, start investing into your future. See, most people are just going to work to take care of their present. You're just going to work to pay your bills. Well, what about being able to put yourself in a position where you can not only pay your bills right now, but you can start putting money away to pay your bills in the future? So you need to start thinking about, if you're in your 20s or if you're in your 30s, even if you're in your 40s or your 50s or your 60s, you need to start thinking about, I want to stop working. I want to stop working for someone else. Why? So I can do what I love to do. Why do you want to stop working for somebody else? Why? So you can do, you can do what you love to do and you can do what you want to do, right? Some days you may not feel like working at all. Where if you got your money working for you, then you can make that happen. But most people don't know how to get there. They don't even know how to make enough money or how to position themselves good enough to be able to pay their bills right now on time, every time. What if somebody can help you fix that? This is what we're talking about right here, ladies and gentlemen. We also have our wealth guide. This is straight up financial literacy, okay? And straight up basically means, hey, at the end of the day, this is a phenomenal product for anyone who's taking a look at this and wanted to change their life financially. We're talking about a guide to help to actually help you wealth build and help you make solid financial decisions. You can learn more about your finances, even more so than stuff that we were taught in school. It's amazing how many people graduate from high school and don't know how to write a check, don't understand or even know what a credit score is, don't understand what interest rates are. They don't understand what simple investments, stocks and bonds. They don't understand how all those things work. Well, you need to start learning somewhere. And that's what we provide you with this financial literacy that you're going to get as a part of this wealth guide. And last but not least, our most popular component is something that we call complimentary credit education. Now, let me ask you a question. How would you like to qualify for a loan to purchase a home instead of renting? I don't know if you're renting right now, but the bottom line is people who are renting, typically they're doing it because they can't afford a home or because they have bad credit. What we do is we show people and take them through a program where we're going to help you with both. We're going to help you get better credit, and we're also going to help you get more money to be able to afford to get the house you're looking for, okay, and the house that you want to live in. How about getting approved for a lower car payment when you're buying a car? Again, you got people out there paying car payments way too high for cars that don't even work that well. Think about paying lower insurance premiums and little to no deposits when you buy anything. Save more money by paying little to no interest ever again. Now, this is super exciting. That there are a lot of companies that charge up to $1,000 up front to get started with a program like this, and there's companies that charge well over $100 per month by month to get started with programs like this. This is our most popular component, credit education. Why? Because it's very similar to credit repair. The companies I was just saying that charge all that money, that's what they're charging you for, credit repair. But instead of just repairing your credit, what we also do is educate our customers so they can make better decisions regarding their credit moving forward. It's not just about getting stuff off, but it's about putting you in a situation where you will never, ever have to worry about negative stuff getting on there in the future after we help you get those things off. See, poor credit limits your buying power and opportunities to progress financially. Now if the chat is on right now and you're in this webinar, I want you to agree with me. If you agree, just say, I agree. And if you're really excited, say amen, right? The bottom line is if you don't have the necessary credit you need, it's going to limit you in a lot of instances. And we're talking about poor credit could cost you anywhere from $200,000 up to $1 million over the course of your lifetime. And this is in interest and additional fees. And somebody may say, Reco, well, that sounds pretty excessive. How do you calculate that? Easy. If you think about somebody who's looking to buy a home, you buy a home that's $250,000, $300,000 home, and let's say your credit score is somewhere in the neighborhood, of the late fives, 590 or 615 or something of that nature. There are actual loan programs that will approve you based on your income to be able to get a loan. But that mortgage, you may get an interest rate of 15%. You take the same person that has a 750 credit score, gets the same loan, and may get an interest rate of 3.5%. Now, in that scenario, you may end up paying about $500,000 or $600,000 more dollars. Okay, for the same exact house, the same exact amount, in the same exact neighborhood over the course of the same amount of time. But because your credit score is a little bit more than 100 points lower than this other person, you are getting ripped off. I want you to think about this. If you're able to take that money and invest it in that same amount of time over the course of 30 years, and we're talking about you putting it into some mutual funds, that's giving you a conservative return over about 12 or 13%, right? You may want to get a little bit more aggressive and invest into some blue chip stocks. And if you got, some of your right people in place and they're handling your money, you may get an 18% return or 20, depending on who you're working with. But guess what? You could turn that $500,000 into about 2 million or 2.5 or even more simply because you are investing it versus throwing it away. If you got $2 million sitting over here in this account, and let's say it's only drawing you a cool 5% interest, you're talking about making $10,000 per month just on interest and your money not being touched. Could you live off $10,000 a month for the rest of your life, not even touch your other money? Well, guess what? That money's still going to be making money, so you're going to be living off your interest. That's what the wealth people do. You want to position yourself to be able to take advantage of what I'm talking about here. And see, when you have poor credit, you can't even get involved in the conversation. See, most credit repair companies, like I said earlier, charge anywhere from over $100 a month to $500 to $1,000 to get started. In a lot of cases, West Credit Repair, let me catch you up for those of you who don't understand. If you ever apply for credit anywhere, you probably heard of Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. These are the 3 credit bureaus. Some people think these bureaus are put in place to help protect us. They think these bureaus are put in place to make sure we have the best credit score possible. But guess what? You're completely wrong. See, credit bureaus don't verify items on your credit report. Let me say it again to make sure you caught that, because a lot of people don't understand that's not how it works. They believe that these credit bureaus are in place to help us succeed, when in fact, they don't care about us. See, they don't make money verifying our credit reports. They make money selling access to our credit files to all the businesses. So here comes Congress in 1970, came out with an act called a Fair Credit Reporting Act. It gives all Americans the right to dispute and or investigate any item on their credit report. So I want you to think about it. Anything you have on your credit report, any inaccurate, erroneous, or obsolete items such as late payments, charge-offs, foreclosures, judgments, repossessions, bankruptcies, tax liens, collections, short sales, medical bills, and many other items can be removed from your credit file or can be updated to reflect paid as agreed. So I want you to think about how powerful that is, because it means no matter what's on your credit report, from whenever, whatever happened, because of this law, you can actually leverage it and ask for it to be investigated. Okay. And when this is done and it's done in the right way, what this process helps us do is help you clear up negative, unverifiable items on your credit report. Let's talk about how this process works so you can understand. And this is the first time you're ever hearing about it. See, if you want to have a nice car with a low payment, listen up. If you want to be able to live in a house that you want to live in and have a decent payment and you want to pay less than you're paying at your apartment right now, and it's a house and it's yours and you build an equity over time, you can sell it and make money off of it, and you can eventually live in it and don't have to pay for it at all. Okay. You got to be able to get your credit in the right place. How does this work? Listen up real quick. See, you become a customer by enrolling on one of our Novae Money websites. If an affiliate referred you, you'll get started. I'll talk about how you do that here shortly. Okay, don't get high blood pressure with me, hypertension. Okay, because it's very simple, going to be very affordable. But the customer is going to receive an email to follow a simple 4-step system to get started. Now, portals are going to be activated, so you're going to be able to have access, go in, get everything started, and your initial round of dispute letters are going to be sent. See, what we're going to do on your behalf is to produce some letters to dispute the negative items that are on your credit report. And what happens is we mail those items to the credit bureaus, and the credit bureaus have 45 days to respond to the initial disputes. So that means after we mail it out, which may take 3, 4, 5 days, whatever the case may be, after they get it, they're going to have up to 45 days to get their stuff together to send it back, which may be another 4 or 5 days. So collectively, it could be anywhere from 30 to 60 days that they respond back. And the customer, you're going to send us, okay, the bureau responses back. And when we get that letter back, we're going to be able to see, okay, were they able to verify those items? Well, what are they doing, Reco, when you say verify? Well, when we send these letters to the credit bureaus, they're going to actually contact the creditors, the people who put these negative things on your credit, and they have to actually get verification from them that those things are supposed to be there. Now, sometimes these creditors don't respond at all. Well, guess what? By law, they must remove it from your credit report. Okay, sometimes they respond back. Then what we do is over the course of the next month or two, we'll follow up with more letters until we get to a point of helping you trying to get unverified items off of your credit report. So you're educated and your scores improve. Well, does this work? We literally have thousands of people who've been going through our program since 2014. They have incredible stories to tell. We don't have the time tonight to talk about it, but all I want to tell you is here's a few people that posted some things on Facebook. You know, we just took some presentation because we wanted it to be more compelling. We wanted you to be able to share some of these experiences and understand you too. Kay Alexis, she gives us a fun fact. She got a judgment removed. She said she got a bankruptcy removed. Her credit score went from below 500 to above 700. Now, if you weren't that good in math, that equates to more than 200 points, okay? More than 200 points. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know what your credit score is, but if it went up more than 200 points, how would you be doing? All right. Not only was she able to improve her credit score, she enrolled her grandmother on the service, and her score went from the low 600s to the low 700s. Her grandmother was able to buy a little cute house in Georgia. She says it right here. She got some utility collections removed. She was able to pay off 5 different debts because of the services that we provided her with the budgeting tool and the debt elimination software. And she was able to save $4,500 in 6 months. I don't know if you remember the statistics from earlier, but half of our country don't have more than $2,000 saved up. She was able to save up $4,500 in 6 months because of this program. The next young lady, she talks about one of the affiliates that introduced her to our program in February of 2018. By April of 2018, she hit the 700 club. She went from a 565 to a 717 in 3 months. The next young lady here, McCambry, you know, when she got started, her credit score was low. Not only that, she had over $20,000 in debt. After being on our program, her credit score, as you can see the screenshot that she put in her post, 821 credit score. 821 credit score. Not only that, but check this out. She paid off over $20,000 worth of debt going through our program. These are true stories, ladies and gentlemen. Fatina Holland right here, over the 600 credit score, you know, in just a matter of a couple of months after getting started. And she started in the low 400s. Again, if you're bad at math, let me help you out. That's over 200 points in just a few months. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to be able to get those kind of results in just a few months, but I can guarantee you one thing. If you don't do anything about your situation in a few months, it's going to be the same. Okay, let's make sure we're all on the same page. If you're in the chat, just say, Reco, I agree. Okay, I agree. Also, another young lady here, her score went up 100 points in 90 days. There's another young lady here who was just buying a car. The bottom line is Novae money works. You got to ask yourself, what's good credit worth to you? See, there are a lot of companies out there charging more than $1,000 to get started, almost $150 per month. Novae money is only $199 to get started. Only $199. You know, we give our affiliate ability at times to be able to even discount the $199 to get started. And if they still have some space left in their promotions that they're running personally, you can actually get started for only $99, okay? Only $99, but you have to act quickly to be able to take advantage of that $100 savings, because if they've already given out their allotted number of promotions for that particular price, then guess what? You missed out. But check this out. Typically, it's $49 per month to be on this service. But right now, everyone who's on this webinar tonight, everyone who's on this conference call, you can actually be grandfathered in at the $29 per month rate, okay? So let me run that back for those of you who are listening and who are saying right now, I definitely need this. Instead of $199, you can get started for $99. If the affiliate who referred you to this webinar, this conference call, you know, have for their business, okay, you can get $100 off to get started tonight. That's $99. And instead of $49, it'll only be $29 per month if you go ahead and get started with us right here tonight. So that's something to be excited about. But listen, that's not it. See, we're not only sending out credit dispute letters for you, but let me tell you something. There are many people that don't only have issues with their credit, because if you got issues with your credit, you got issues with bill collection. You got issues with medical bills, more than likely. You know, you got issues with different debts that you haven't, you know, you got issues with trying to converse back and forth with creditors. Let me tell you something. We're going to help you out there too. See, because not only are we going to help you out with disputing items on your credit, but guess what? We have medical bill collection letters that we can actually help you out with. Letters to dismiss court judgments. Okay, if you got a court judgment against you, guess what? We can help you out with that too. Hardship letters for loan modifications. Maybe you got a home and it's hard for you to pay your mortgage right now because you lost your job. You know, maybe it's hard for you to pay your car note. Well, there's different letters that you can send to financial services companies or banks to help them to see you got a hardship. And guess what? They'll let you remain there until you work something out with them. Also, guess what? You can settle some debts if you have them, but if you don't know what to say and you don't know the letters to send, situation, we can help you with that. Validation of debt demand letters. There are companies that say you owe them money, but they got to be able to prove it. But if you don't know how to communicate that to them, then you're stuck. Goodwill letters to let companies know, look, I made a mistake in the past. I'm a brand new person right now. I'm paying my bills on time. How about you take those 3 late payments off of my credit? Guess what? If you don't know what to say in the letter, that's not going to help you. We have letters up. We're going to do all these things for you, if you become one of our Novae Money customers. But that particular service is in what we call Novae Money Premium. And not only is the letters in Novae Money Premium, but we're also going to help you with $1 million in fraud insurance. If anybody tries to steal your identity, that's identity theft protection. Help you with some tools. It's going to not only help you track and master your credit score, but also it's going to help you build your credit score. Daily credit monitoring, so you can get email or text when different things are going on with your credit. You're going to be able to see your 3 score bureaus each and every month with this particular service. And guess what? You're going to have a personal account manager. That's Novae Money Premium. And that's only $79 per month. Now, you're still going to pay the startup fee to get started, but it's only $79 per month to be able to have access to somebody responding to those letters for you, to be able to have identity theft protection, to be able to have your own personal account manager, and to be able to get all the things in Novae Money Basic that we talked about earlier. You're still going to get the budgeting tool. You're still going to get the debt elimination software, the wealth guide. You're still going to get the complimentary credit education and credit repair, and you're going to get everything else that I was talking about here. Now, I want y'all to understand something. If you're watching this webinar right now, if you're listening to me on a conference call right now, you got to understand this ain't even a sales pitch. Let me tell you what this is. This is a public service announcement, okay? See, because the reality is this. There are other companies out there right now that are only offering here, and they're charging you well over $100 per month each and every month, and they don't even educate you on your situation. So we're not only going to do that because, yes, we are doing that, but we're also going to put you in a situation where we're going to help you send out letters to these companies that keep badgering you to do things that maybe necessarily you don't have to do, to be able to protect you, your finances, and your future. And by the way, everybody who's on the call tonight, instead of paying $79 per month, what we're going to do, if you want the Novae Money Premium, is we're going to grandfather you in and you only pay $59 per month. That's right. You get started for $199. And again, maybe a possibility for you to get to $99, depending on the affiliate if they have a special available for you. Okay. So let's say you get started $99 up front and then $20 off per month. So your grandfather at the $59 price, which is typically $79. So that's something really to get excited about and something that you should as quickly as possible. There are other things that we offer as a financial services company: business funding, financial wellness program to teach you more about finances, giving you a personalized game plan with a financial coach, credit monitoring, ID theft protection, credit builder loan programs, franchise program. We have a lot of things to put you in a place to get your finances in order. But before I end this webinar tonight, before I end this conference call, I want to ask you a few questions, and I want to something to get you excited about living the life of your dreams. Okay. So I want to ask you right now, even with all the Novae Money services, even with increasing your credit, okay, even with getting you out of debt, even with getting you to a point to understand financial literacy, are you truly want to live and doing what you truly want to do? I want you to think about that real quick, because most people, especially the adults, stop thinking about if they really can do what they want to do. They stop thinking about if they can live the dream they want to live. See, if you're listening to me right now, if you're looking at this right now, there's something that you wanted to do a few years ago. Some of you might have been many years ago. There's something that you truly wanted to do that's not what you're probably doing right now. They probably want to drive that you're probably not driving right now. There's somewhere in the world you want to travel that you have never seen in your life, but you can't do it because you are dealing with your current circumstances and your situation. What I want to do is to introduce you to the potential of an opportunity. See, pay off your debts quickly with your current income. Do you have 6 to 9 months of your total expenses saved up for an emergency because if you lose your job? What happens is your business goes out of business. In the future with a retirement plan, because if you haven't, guess what? You're going to work until you die. That's not a good plan. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how great your job is. I don't care how much you love it, right? It's not a good plan to just organize that, Reco, because you can actually do something you want to do. Even if it's starting your own business, even if it's traveling the world, even if it's just sitting in your backyard in the middle of the grass looking up at the sky. It could be something that you want to do, but the last and final, one vacation per year to somewhere new. See, this is the reason why I asked you. Let me shoot through some slides real quick and to show you what being involved in this industry has done for me and my family, okay? You know, I figure living the life of your dreams is not just about the cars you drive. I mean, you know, I was able to get my dream car a few years ago, a Porsche Panamera, right? And I love my car. I mean, it's a phenomenal car. Let me tell you, I love more than my car being able to travel the world and experience different cultures and doing that most people don't get to do. You're looking at the webinar right now. You see me swimming off Cayman Islands with stingrays. Now, I want you to think about it. Have you ever swum in the water with stingrays? Like, this is not, you know, at SeaWorld. Okay, this is in the ocean. And by the way, that water was like crystal clear. Okay, in the Cayman Islands a few years ago. This is another picture right here of me in Jamaica riding horses in the Caribbean Sea. That's where I'm in the ocean riding horses. Okay, there's a picture of me right here. Last year I was able to go to Cancun for my birthday. Next picture right here, standing on top of a historic castle in Barcelona, Spain. Spain has some of the best food you can ever mouth in life. Okay, you gotta go to Barcelona, Spain. Last year I was able to take my wife on an exotic vacation, stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in Aruba. There's a picture right here of us at our birthday trip in Aruba. You know, many years ago, we went to Brazil, you know, and we got a chance to go to the Carnival, one of the biggest parties in the world. We were in Rio de Janeiro, the opportunity to take a picture right here in front of Christ the Redeemer statue in Brazil. Okay, next picture down here to the left, we were in St. Lucia, historic St. Lucia, in front of the Pitons. Also on a private beach in the Bahamas. Okay, another picture there. One more slide, I believe it is here. In France, in Paris, my wife and I, our anniversary. In the background of this picture, hour. Okay, you know, we were eating at a phenomenal, I mean, an excellent restaurant. Again, some of the best food you could have in your life. I don't know the food experience. Whether you could eat whatever food you wanted to eat. Like, you can just try it. And if you didn't like it, you wouldn't get mad because you could afford to buy something else. Okay, see, I didn't grow up like that, but guess what? I get to live a life like that now because of what we're talking about here tonight. Also, Waikiki Beach. Took the family there to Hawaii. We spent a whole week in Hawaii on Waikiki Beach. Another great time. Another picture of me and my wife in front of the Stonehenge, United Kingdom. Family, my kids, they got to go to St. Thomas and the Virgin Islands. When I was growing up, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get to go anywhere outside of what we call Atlanta Beach. And for those of you who don't even know we had a beach in Atlanta, okay? It's a man years old, okay? Never got to go out of state at all, but because of this industry, it allowed me not only to travel and to go to different events and to meet people who were super successful, but I was able to make enough money to take my first cruise, to get on my first plane, to go to my first island, to go to my first country because of these opportunities. Well, what is this opportunity I'm talking about? We call this a new era of entrepreneurship. Where you can keep your job doing what you're doing, but have an opportunity to make money by helping other people take care of their money, by helping other people enhance their credit, by helping other people being able to take care of their family by just referring them to what we do. Now, I didn't say selling them. I didn't say presenting to them. I said you are referring them. Think about it. You go to a restaurant, it's great food. You refer them to the restaurant. If you go It's a great movie. You refer people to go see that movie. But guess what? You don't get paid anything. See, there's something called affiliate marketing where $1 companies have websites that look just like their own home website. And then you get a link. You refer people to that link and you get a commission check. Well, look, Amazon.com has it. You don't believe me? Go to Amazon.com right now, scroll to the bottom, and I guarantee you there's a link down there that says become an affiliate. You probably heard of Best Buy. Okay, they do .com. Go to bestbuy.com. After this webinar, scroll to the bottom, it'll say become an affiliate. Same thing, Walmart.com got the same thing going on. Walmart, okay, that's right. The Walmart is in your town. Okay, they got a website, obviously Walmart.com, but you can become an affiliate. Send people a Walmart link and get a few dollars every time they buy something from you. Well, check this out. Novae works the same way. You get a NovaeMoney.com website, but when you send somebody your link, instead of us sending you a few cents to a few dollars per sale, we can actually send you up to hundreds and even thousands, depending on how many people you refer. There are several ways to get customers. You can get paid referring affiliates. You get override bonuses off work that you don't even do. You get paid monthly residual income. There's a new affiliate bonus. I'm literally about to show you how to make a few $1,000s in your first 30 days part-time. You can even make money referring people to our university. Real quick, how do you get paid for referring people to Novae Money? That's the service. That's what we talked about at the beginning of this conference call, how people can increase their credit. Well, guess what? Everybody involved, they come in at the regular rate. You're making a $75 commission for each. So that was one customer a week that you referred to your link and they enroll. That's $300 extra a month. What could you do with an additional $300? You know, if that was 5 customers per week that you referred, and we have marketing tools and different things that you can share with people, and even videos and things of that nature, that's $1,500 extra per month. I guarantee you there are people on the line right now that can pay your rent or pay your mortgage with that $1,500 commission check. There are some people that get really aggressive with it, and they go out here and they get 25. That's over $7,500 per month, and that's just from you referring 25 customers a week with the different tools that we give you to be able to make that happen. And guess what? As individuals who are affiliates that you refer to this great company, once they go out and make sales, you're also going to get paid as well. See, that's the thing I love about what we call this leverage. See, understands that they eventually want to be able to live a great lifestyle, or they want to have time freedom, they need leverage. And see, what this business does, even if you start part-time, it allows you to have leverage. How exciting it would be for you to be able to refer somebody as an affiliate, and they get started not for you. They get started for themselves. But when they go out here and they continue to build their business, you get paid. Let's take a look at what we call override commissions work. These are affiliate referral commissions. You're going to actually earn anywhere from up to $200 up to $400 for each affiliate that you refer to our program. But as they start building their affiliate business, and it's optional, right? But if they do, $200, whether you know those individuals or not. So as they go out and start building organizations, whether it's locally or whether it's in other places across this great country, you're going to make up to 200, whether you know these people or not. Now, this is one of the reasons why I was able to be 20 years old and getting started and making a few $1,000s per month, $4,000 or $5,000 even, up to that amount, my first year on a monthly basis by going out here and referring other affiliates to the company. I was in a year. I had $1,000 in income. Why? Because I was out here referring affiliates and referring customers to the great company that I was a part of, and that's exactly what we do here. Well, let's take a look at how you're going to make almost $3,500 in your first 30 days. Now, if you're a new person and you're looking at this, maybe you got on here just to look at, fixing your credit, but hey, how does $3,375 sound to you over the course of the next 30 days? And if you're saying, well, Reco, that sounds real good, let me tell you exactly what you got to do. You refer 5 customers and 10 affiliates using this program and leveraging our compensation, $3,375. That's 10 affiliates. Once you get started, we send you a form that gives you all the information on exactly what you need to do to make this happen. And we're talking about you earning $3,375. And obviously after that, you're off to the races. What does your next month look like? $5,000? What the $6,000 or $7,000? Let me tell you something. Even if your first month was $33, that would be better than where you started at. If it was $300, you got to understand that's in addition to what you're making right now. But what could it turn into? See, the very first month, I made $47 in this industry before I initially got started. But by 25 years old, that turned into in excess of $1 million. What if that was you in your first 5 years? What if it took you 10 years or 20 years? The bottom line is you're putting yourself in a position to potentially gain the financial and the time freedom that you're looking for. Not only that, but obviously we have monthly residual income where you're not only paid upfront bonuses, but you're paid anywhere from $50 a month, and that go up to $250, $750, $2,000, over $1 million per year in residual income for our top producing affiliates. That's something to really be excited about. And we got training and support. We have weekly webinars and conference calls this month, quarterly trainings with 6 and 7 figure earners. In fact, at the end of March, we're going to be doing a training up in New York City. So you don't want to miss that. You're going to be able to meet people from all across the country who are involved with Novae. We have in-depth training services, a marketing website that you're going to get, also other marketing tools to help you market your business tracking software so you can see everything that's going on with your business. We also have live customer service and support Monday through Friday. You can actually call in and get somebody to answer all your questions, really giving you everything you need to succeed. Where you're asking, Reco, that all sounds good, but how do I get started? There's 3 different options, and I'm going to give it to you as this. $4.99 to get started at our premium package. Okay, we call this our affiliate program pro level. Okay, and no, that's not the bottom level, that's the top level. Why do I start at the top first? Because all of you should be shooting for the stars. All of you should want to be able to come in and say, listen, I'm ready to put everything I got into this so I can be able to make that $3,000 my first 30 days. So I can be able to go out here over the course of the next 90 to 120 days and make $10,000 in extra income. If you're ambitious, if you're ready to go, if you can afford it and you're ready to work for this thing, this is the level you need to start at, the affiliate program pro level. And only $4.99 to get started. Of course, you're going to get tax deductions. You know, of course, you're going to get a website, but you're also going to get also going to get the financial wellness program, and you make the maximum amount of compensation at the affiliate program pro level. $499 to get started, and it's to remain active. Okay. Now, if you don't have $4.99, what we did is we wanted to be able to cut that price in half to give you all an opportunity to get started at what we call the affiliate at $249. Now, check this out. The affiliate program pro at $4.99 offers no money services. So in addition to making all that money and having all those add-ons, working on increasing your credit score and getting out of debt and getting the budgeting tool and everything. Now, you know, we have a special going on where when you get started at that level, you can actually get the credit monitoring service, okay, you know, with the insurance, fraud insurance and things of that nature, and all those letters sent out, that's included. Now, if you're watching this in the future, that may not be included in that package, but right now it is. With the Affiliate Program Plus, you're not going to make the maximum compensation. You're still going to get all those certain money, the complementary credit education, the budgeting tool, the debt elimination software, you know, and you'll be able to be in the middle of the compensation plan in terms of the income you earn. And that's still $50 per month. And the bottom package is just going to get your website, all those different types of things. You're going to be able to make money, but only from the Novae Money customers. It's still $50 per month. But at least you get your foot in the door and you're able to start earning income and making some things happen. Listen, if you're in a position where you don't have the $4.99 to get started to do the benefit you and other people, then that's why you got to do this in a major way. If you don't have the $249, you definitely got to do this in a major way. And if you don't have the $50, if I were you, I would not go to sleep $50 from somebody so I can get started. And let me tell you why. Because more than likely you're an adult. More than likely you're in a position where you work for somebody else for a certain period of your life, and you're not where you want to be financially because you don't have the money to do what you really want to do. And that because I was that person. I looked at this industry and I didn't have the money to get started, make a decision and remain where I was and keep doing what I was doing. Or I had to get that money and to do something different so I can get different results. And that's what I urge you to do, because after watching this presentation, there's typically three types of people. A person that says, look, I'm not interested, I'm satisfied with where I am and I want to remain there. Hopefully that's not you. The second type of person says, I'm interested. I just ask some questions. Guess what? We got some answers. But the person who we're excited about working with is the person three. I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to change my life. And if you are a number three type person, I would like to be the first one to welcome you to Novae and the financial future that you deserve. Get back with the person that put you on this conference call. Get back with the person that put you on this webinar tonight. And let's go on to change your financial life and your financial future. See y'all next time.